I am in the absolutely gorgeous town of Bukchon, Seoul, South Korea, and today we are going to discuss what it takes to decide if that new startup idea that you just came up with is actually a good idea and is worth pursuing. Let's first discuss what it takes to get that startup idea launched. And by I mean launched, I don't mean your full idea, I mean MVP, minimally viable product. It means the least amount of effort to get your product to market. Not every last feature you want in there, but everything that you need in order to start getting clients and people using your product or buying your product, depending on if it's a service or product. So MVP, what does it actually take? And we're talking about resources of pretty much all kinds: financial, tangible, like if it's a physical product, you need inventory, and of course, human resources. What skills do you need? Who do you have to hire to get that product built? That's the very first thing you have to determine before you can decide if your idea is good. Wow, look at that view. Holy cow. By the way, it's all hills here, so I might be out of breath pretty much this whole video. Hang on. So, okay, minimally viable product. What does it take to get your product to market? It is absolutely important to figure out exactly what the minimum effort it takes to do that is, because without that, you don't really know if your product is viable. After all, what if it takes $1 million and you don't have $1 million? So that's important to figure out. By the way, check out how people park here. This is nuts. All the cars are parked like that in this whole area of Bukchon. It's crazy. Anyway, it's beautiful, but I don't know how they do that, honestly, how they don't hit the wall. But literally every single car down the block is parked like that. It's crazy. But they don't look like the cars are hitting the wall, so it's kind of impressive, actually, parking skills. Anyhow, and there's trucks here, too. Okay, anyhow, I get that. It's so easy to get sidetracked in such a beautiful place. All right, so let's say you figured out your MVP is something that is reasonable to actually make it happen. Now, what's the next thing to determine if your idea is good? After all, most people come up with ideas and they assume they're great. They assume it's the best idea in the whole wide world. I think it's really critical to also ask other people. Ask who your potential end users, and ask people who invest in a lot of companies, like angel investors or venture capitalists. Literally just ask them, is this a great idea or is this a terrible idea? What do you think of the idea? Speak to people, share the idea. Probably the worst advice, business advice you can ever get is don't tell anyone your idea. It's a secret. You don't want someone to steal it. Worst business idea ever, literally. You want to tell everyone your idea and hear their feedback. Sometimes they'll tell you it's a terrible idea. Sometimes they'll say it's a great idea. Sometimes they'll say that's not anything I know anything about. And sometimes they will give you ideas of how to make it much better. So it's really critical that you talk to other people, share your idea, and discuss it. You can't even drive past that parked car. That's crazy. Anyway, out of breath and I'm going downhill. Bukchon is really, really steep. Yeah, it's a fun place though. Anyhow, okay, so now you need to talk to people. That's the first thing. It's the second thing. The first thing is you have to come up with an MVP, minimally viable product. Now that you know what it takes to get your market and you get other people's feedback, do they think it's a good idea too? If everyone tells you no, and you say, no, I'm going to build it anyway, I'm going to show them, probably not a good idea. Because you really don't know better than everybody, okay? Sometimes people have really innovative ideas, and then they're not good businesses. Whoa, that was a pothole. And they're not good businesses. I mean, your idea you might be the first person to think something up. It might be really, really great, but nobody really wants to pay for it. They might want to use it for free, but they don't want to give you any money. Wow, that is a really steep hill. Determining whether to go up or down. I'm thinking down. Okay. So if your idea is so great, why has no one else thought it up? That's another question to always ask. If you really are the first, and usually you're not, but if you really are, I mean, just Google research it. So many people go, no one's ever done this before. I'm like, just Google it, see if someone's done it before. Like 1,000 people have. I've had so many people pitch ideas to me. They come up with these innovative ideas that no one's ever done before, and I simply put the idea into Google exactly as they said it to me, and there's like 1,000 people who've done it before. So, and not necessarily succeeded. Oh wow, look at the view. Oh my god, I'm gonna turn the camera around in a second. Hold up. La 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 bamba. I love that song. Wow, look at this view. Oh my god. That is the Seoul Tower. Holy cow. That was worth a break in my pitch. In my, alright. So easy to get distracted here. This place is just marvelous. Everyone should come to Bukchon, Seoul, South Korea. It's incredible. Anyway. Alright, so now everyone tells you you had a great idea, let's say. Everyone thinks it's marvelous. Make sure that everyone is people who actually know what they're talking about, not your grandma. Your grandma may love you and will love you unconditionally and tell you exactly what you want to hear, and it's not really what you want, what you need. You need someone who's going to be a devil's advocate and break apart your ideas. Hold on, motorcycle coming. You want someone to break your ideas apart. Wow, handbook rental. You can rent those outfits. Okay, that's unique. Oh, there's more. Another one right next door. Same exact shop. Hanok rental shop. Hanok. Okay, so you want to talk to people who are going to be devil's advocates. People are going to tell you your idea is terrible, or people are going to tell you your idea could be good, but these things are the weak points, and that's key because you want to address those weak points and come up with contingency plans. You don't want to start a business with known weak points that you don't know what to do about. So for a random example is, if your whole tactic to get customers is, let's say, ads. What if your ads don't convert and it costs you more in advertising revenue than it does than the actual sales revenue that comes in? No, I said that wrong. What if it costs you more in ad placement costs than your sales revenue? Like every $100 you spend in ads, you get $5 in. Oh my God, someone's using a weed whacker. It's getting noisy. It costs you get $5 in sales, and it costs you $100 in ads. Like, what if that doesn't work? What are you going to do? You need contingency plans. That's really, really critical. So, contingency planning. That's another thing that you have to have determined before you can decide if your idea is really good. Wow, that street's beautiful. All right, so this should really be called like the ADHD the ADHD topic, because if I'm here, I'm just getting distracted every 2 minutes. All right, everything's incredible. It's pretty hard to not. Wow. Okay, so you need to have contingency plans for everything you do in business. Everything. Figure out any point of failure. Oh my God, something's making noise there. I think she's got a blender going. I think they're making smoothies. I'm gonna walk the other way around from that noise. I hope you can't hear that. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Look at this place. Okay, so you need contingency plans for every last thing you do. It's very, very important to make sure that anything that could fail, you know what you're gonna do if it does fail. Oh, car coming. Whoa, these are narrow streets. Hang tight. Okay, so anything that could fail, you better know what you're going to do if it does fail. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to like completely over-plan. Like, random examples, if you're setting up computer servers, you don't need full redundancy on everything. You don't need to buy 2 of everything you buy in case one fails. That's silly. What you need to do is buy 1 and know how you're going to... What the heck is that noise? Buy 1 and know what you're going to do in case that one fails. In other words, have a backup that's cloud-based, have a service that can replace it, have someone who can deliver new computer hardware in 24 hours or less, and be okay with that 24-hour downtime. All those are agreeable contingency plans. It just got really noisy. What happened? Oh my God, I think I hit the main strip here. Wow, that beautiful town of... It's turned into like a tourist metropolis. What the heck? Oh man, that's a downer, I gotta say. All right, and I'm not climbing back up that hill over there. So anyway, In order to figure out if your idea is good, to summarize, you need to make sure you have an MVP. You need to make sure people who matter, not matter, that's the wrong choice of words. People who know your industry or at least have some intellect in that department think it's a good idea, okay? And you need to have contingency plans at every step. You also need to know where your profit model is coming from. If you are going to build a product and you don't know how you're going to make money with it, bad, real bad. Don't start anything like that. Say, if I get XYZ, then maybe so-and-so will happen. There should be no maybes in your business plan, okay? Everything when you plan out your business should have 0 maybes. If there is a maybe, then it better have, if this happens, then I will do that. In other words, it should never be maybe this will work. It should always be, if this does not work, this is what we'll do as plan B and C and D until there's no more ifs left and something's got to work. Or at least it's highly likely it will. Highly likely, by the way, is a calculated risk, meaning a 99%. It doesn't have to be 100%, but it has to be 99. If it's like a 2% or I just think so, that's real bad. Don't start businesses on, I think it will work, I know it will work, I'm confident. No one really cares if you're confident. You gotta have concrete channels of profit no matter what you do. And it can be long tail profit. There's nothing wrong with business models that rely on getting a lot of users, and then with the users you can then sell that usage or sell access to the users or any form of long tail profit. That's okay. But it can't be, I'm going to get users and then somehow I will make money. You have to know how you're going to make money when you get users. And long tail profit is what it sounds like. It takes a long time to build long tail profit. So do you have enough financial resources to sustain yourself until you get there? So once you figure out your resources you needed, who you have to have on board, how much money you need, if there's any form of tangible items that you need, if it's computer servers, if you're building a product, then it's the resources needed to create the product, like physical, like if it's, I don't know, made out of plastic, you need plastic filament. If it's out of a 3D printer, whatever it is. I mean, each idea is different, but you need to have the parts. If you're building, I don't know, bicycle, you need to have all the chains and the down tubes. Whatever it is you're building, there's resources you need. Nothing is without any resources unless it's time resources. And what you don't want to do is spend your life in the basement programming an idea. If it's, I'm talking about software specifically, programming an idea and then realizing it was a bad idea. So many people I know have done that, really. It's really a waste of human lifetime. All right, I'm gonna get off this main strip, go down this really beautiful alleyway. Check this out. And maybe, well, it's beautiful if it hadn't been all up those houses, which were much more beautiful. I guess this is kind of like a back alley. There's like air conditioning units back here. Everything is relative. I guess if you're from New York City and this is beautiful, but I don't know. I guess I see beauty in a lot of things. I don't know if everybody else would agree with that. Anyway, I like these back alleys. So, anyway, you got to figure out your resources. You got to figure out if people who know your industry and know your sector think it's a good idea. You got to do your own research. Check out who's out there. Check out who your competition is, why they have succeeded, why they have not succeeded. Check out who failed doing the exact same thing you're doing. I look both ways before crossing. This guy's backing up down the street. I think he's making a U-turn that way. Yeah, okay. It's important that you also look at who failed doing the exact same idea. If nobody ever did it, maybe that's a sign that it shouldn't be done, or that it can't be done, or that it's not practical to be done. If plenty of people, whoa, car behind me. You saw that on camera probably before I realized the car was back there. I think that's a hybrid, yeah it is, because it's dead silent, that car. Anyway. Okay, so anyhow, yeah, so it's, hello. So it's important to have your contingency plans, know what resources you need. I hear a car, yep. Oh my gosh, this is a challenging place to vlog without getting hit by no car. Any car, excuse me. So anyway, the key is figure out if your idea is good. If no one has ever done your idea, oh my god, more cars. Wow, whoa. Oh, look at the kitty. Cute little kitten, scared. He was scared of me though. I didn't mean to do that to him. Anyway, if no one has done your idea, there's probably a reason. You're not brighter than the billions of people in this world. It's impossible that 0 people on the entire planet have thought of your idea. That's not humanly possible in this day and age, unless you're solving a new problem that hasn't been around for a while, which happens. I mean, like like whoever came up with certain security services, let's say after 9/11, because I'm from New York. Okay, we never had anything like that in New York, so I get it. However, most of the ideas that you have probably either have been done already, or if they haven't, there's a problem. So check out who did your idea and succeeded, and who did your idea and failed. It's important to learn from that. Why did they fail? Sometimes you can pick apart someone's old business, why they failed, and take up from where they left off, fixing the obvious weak points. That's the key. See, if someone failed in something and you can see why, and oh, there's a beautiful butterfly, but the camera's not going to pick that up. If you can figure out why they failed, do the exact same business with proper contingency planning so you don't fail for the same reason, there's a lot of money to be made like that. So it's pretty neat. Oh my God, stairs, hold up. Okay. This is a serious high-calorie exercise, just walking the streets of this place. Okay. Anyway, where am I? Oh, okay. As if I really know where I am. I don't. But it's a big street anyhow. So anyhow, okay. So if your idea is good, probably someone's done it before, and that's okay. Maybe there's market to do your idea in addition to whoever your competition is. Important to figure out why they did it and did or did not succeed. You probably can learn more from failure than you can from success. I think Elon Musk might have said that. I'm not sure if I'm quoting him correctly. Wow, this is a beautiful street. Holy cow. So you can learn more from failure than you can from success, especially if it's other people's failure and it's not on your skin. So it's very important that if someone has done your business and failed, you learn why. And make sure you're not going to do the same. Oh my God, this street is incredible. Look at this thing, it gets so narrow. Wow. So you want to make sure if you're doing what has been done before, or maybe what is still being done. Maybe there's a business where there's room for more competition, and there's market share for more. You got to know what your market is. That's also key. I'm running out of oxygen. I'm at the top of a mountain, by the way. Hill, mountain. I don't know what this is considered in terms of altitude, but it's really high. And it's hard to breathe up here. Plus, it's super humid in Seoul, always. At least always in this time of year. Every day of my trip here has been super humid. But God, look at this incredible place. Oh my God, I'm loving being here. Anyway, this is marvelous. So, is your idea good? Bear with me the fact that I'm like panting and breathing hard. I'm trying. All right, is your idea actually any good? That's the question. And you honestly won't know until you bring it to market, of course. But there are things you can do before you bring it to market to kind of improve the likelihood of your success. And one of those things is make sure your MVP has a reasonable amount of resources. Shouldn't take too much time, effort, or money to get something launched. If it does, it's probably... Wow, this is a dead end. Okay. If it does, it's probably best reserved for someone with big pockets. If you have big pockets, God bless you, go for it. If you don't, pick another idea. Don't get attached to ideas too. So many people get so stuck on their idea. Oh, it's my idea, I have to. No, you don't have to. You don't have to do it. If it turns out it's not a good idea, think up of another one. Honestly, ideas are a dime a dozen. I mean, there's so many mornings I'll wake up with a new business idea, and I'm not in any way unusual. Like many people do that. They wake up with new business ideas. I write them on a piece of paper, and I start thinking it through. And the first thing I'll do is, if I still like the idea, after, I don't know, a day or so goes by, I'll start to write up an executive summary and start to build out the idea and determine if it's a good idea. If there are too many shortcomings or open-ended potential areas for problem where I don't have obvious contingency plans available, I'll throw the idea away. Or I'll put it in a notepad and file it away, well, whatever. Don't get stuck on your ideas. Be ready to pivot Pivot means to change directions. That's a tech term. I mean, obviously you know what the English pivot means, but it's a tech term in the tech world. If you pivot means you're doing one kind of product, it didn't work as planned, just change your direction, go somewhere a different way. That's an official term, pivot. Be ready to pivot at any time. Don't get hung up on your ideas. Be ready to walk away before you put in resources. You don't want to throw the money in, the time in, the effort in, and then figure out it's a bad idea. You want to know it's a good idea before you start, before you do anything. The less invested, the better off you are if you're going to walk away from an idea. So you want to fail quickly if you can. You don't want to fail after a year of effort. That you don't. You want to fail as fast as possible if it's going to fail, or prove its success right off the bat. I mean, sometimes you never really know. Hold up, don't want to get hit by a car. Sometimes you don't figure it out that fast, and there's nothing you can do about that. That happens. But usually the signs are there. If there is a lot of friction to get something launched, nothing is working as you planned, things are not in any way as you intended them to be, all those ideas, big ideas you had aren't coming to fruition. Whoa, that's an eggplant. Wow, how beautiful. All those ideas you had aren't coming to fruition as you expected. Walk away. Just walk away. Not literally. I mean, if you took someone's investment money, then you have to kind of figure out how to balance that out. But walk away as soon as you can when ideas don't work. That's key. Don't be afraid to walk away. And on that, whoa, look at these doors. Okay, I am just way too distracted here. Oh my God, I don't know where I am though. Look, it's like, looks the same in both directions. All right, empty alleyways. Anyhow, all right, I'm out of breath and I'm kind of out of ideas too. So, oh, no, I can't walk this way. Never mind, it's blocked off. All right, well, if that's blocked off, my ideas are blocked off, I'm ending this video. Thank you all for watching. Keep watching my videos. Thumbs up, subscribe, do all those fun things. Come to this beautiful, beautiful town of Bukchon in South Korea. Oh my God, I'm loving this place. All right, guys. Thank you for staying awesome. See you all in the next video.
Yeah!